Oh, I kept gonna say what happened. Damn the asthma. Boy, it's gonna be hot. I said, yep, more than likely. What Facebook you have connected? You took it off? Uh, you took the Facebook off here? Oh, yeah. I ain't got no Facebook on there. Because it was the church, it was McChapel's. Oh. Facebook. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Y'all been asking about it, so here it is. The last day in 2024. We're in the kitchen with Mimi and GDaddy. Hey, I gotta see how I can't see. I said go live on my. I mean, go live where? I meant not go live, but hello, people. Yes, he back at it again. Y'all wonder where he at? Here he is. Y'all wondering what we're cooking today? G Daddy, tell them what we're cooking today. We are cooking some chili the day for church service, for watch night service tonight. People ask me about it all the time about cooking it, so we're gonna cook something. I don't normally cook it on a regular basis. For one, as we see, everything is cooked on the grill, so it's about a 6 hour process at the earliest to do. So I don't do it so often, but I guess that's why I'm doing it. Everybody asks for it because I don't do it so often. So we're gonna, I guess we'll get started. Your ingredients. Ooh, a bunch of ingredients. What you if you ever He's in the fridge there, y'all. Getting all of the ingredients. So if you ever wanna do it, we have some turkey bacon that we put in it. We have some Hillshire Cajun Andalusian smoked sausage that we will use. We got some four ears of corn that we will use and shuck. A little later on, we got 3 pounds of ground turkey that we will use. We have some seasonings, the Goya Ababo, or however you pronounce it, Adobe. We got all seasoning, more is all seasoning, salt, pepper, peppercorn, and sea salt. We have some garlic, minced garlic, ground chipotle, oregano for our seasonings, cayenne pepper, chili pepper, cumin, then a couple more ingredients that I'm using for my that is not gonna go in the seasoning, but it's gonna season the turkey, ground turkey. It's sweet barbecue rub and honey chipotle rub that will season the ground turkey that will go in. Then we got some other stuff. We got some chilies that we use. We got some onion. Normally I cut up my onion, but I'm being lazy this time. So we got some diced yellow onion. We got some mushrooms that we gonna slice up. We got some red chili peppers that we gonna use. We got two of them.
That's a lot of dang. That's a lot of ingredients.
I know we got four jalapeno peppers that we gonna use. We got a red chili pepper. I mean red pepper that we gonna use. We got two habanero peppers, a poblano pepper, and I always forget the name of this one. I can't remember the name of that one, but that's pepper too. Um, after I remember it, I will let you know. But we're doing our prep right now, so we'll start prepping by cutting up all of our by dicing up. I like all of my stuff diced up as fine as I could get it. Um I'm lazy today, so we got some yellow onions that we've already that's already been diced up for us. That should be enough. I normally use two white onions, but like I say, we got some that's already diced up this morning to try to save us some time. Then we have uh, pepper, red pepper.
And as always, in the tradition with cooking with G Daddy, we like conversation. So, what's gonna be our conversation for this morning? Anybody? Anybody got any conversation starters for this morning? Because this, of course, he told you that this is a how many hour?
It's about a 6 hour, even though we're not going to
This
go
is a
on.
six
We're going
hour
live for six
process.
hours,
We're not gonna be live on
and
live for 6 hours.
everything is done. Reason why it takes so long, everything is done on the grill, which we hadn't got to that process yet. Even when I do the corn, I do the bacon and all of that. Is everything is done. Even cooking of the chili is done on the grill.
And a
You'll need
cast iron.
a cast iron pan and skillet.
So do we have any conversation starters? Any conversation starters? And you probably have to check your phone for your to see if any of your friends did it because we don't get the comments on there. Come on, what's the conversation for today?
What the hell? Where's my phone?
Where's your what? Your cast iron should have been over in that um or is it?
Yeah.
Is yeah, we went back to the he went back to the old days. It's a new pot, but it's old. Nobody cast iron pot.
Well, if you're doing it on the grill, I'm doing it in heat, like in the oven. Cast iron, I love cast iron. I don't use them that much in the house day to day because
I
um
like my food faster.
because of the maintenance on it. But cast iron has a flavor to it after, especially after you've seasoned it and cooked on it for a while. It has a flavor that I like. That's why I use it. Only time I really use them if I'm doing a steak every now and then, and when I'm doing my chili. I see people on yours saying good morning.
Yeah. Carla Baker.
Carla, you can't get none of the chili.
My rider. I got you, sis. Well, you can't eat it anyway.
DJ King Green. We're doing some chili this morning. We're doing some chili this morning for our watch night service. They asked me about it. And I'm going to do it. It doesn't. I don't, like I said, I don't do it that often, but I am doing it. Son-in-law, whatever time you get off, come on. I'm hoping you and pray. Oh, that what we eating? That's what Precious said. Yes, daughter, that's what we eating. But it's a trick to it. I'm gonna save some for mom and dad because they asked for it. But everybody else got to get their bowl at church tonight. So come on out to our watch night service in Port St. Joe, New Bethel, AME, 146 Avenue C, Port St. Joe, Florida. We start at 10 p.m. Eastern time. We are feeding tonight. Uh, it won't be just chili. We got some other stuff that our dynamic cook, sister Vanessa Fennell, and others are preparing. So come on out. It's the Port St. Joe Ministerial Alliance that is putting on the program. We are hosting. Yours truly is delivering the word tonight. So come on out. Come on out. We will be dealing with God's renewed mercies. So come on out. Precious, she don't want no chili, but she coming. Well, come on. We got other stuff, other stuff too. So we start with just dicing. I start with just kind of dicing up my red peppers. Now, public service announcement. I'm not a chef, so my cutting ain't like you'll see a Gordon Ramsay or some of the other professionals. I just do what I do. And make it work for me. If you would like this recipe, let me know. I don't mind. I don't mind sharing it. It doesn't have to be done on a grill. It can be done on a stove. I'm using a Weber grill. I have a pit boss that I do not a lot of my cooking on, but this time I'm not with the chili this time. So what you got?
Uh, Nobody.
You
What conversation for today? Uh, I don't know. Do we want to deal with anything like? Do we want marriage wise? Do we want career wise?
whatever.
Uh,
Well, we're at the end of 2024. For one, so on our prayer line, I started this on our prayer line. And last night we kind of discussed, one of the prayers or that came up is dealing with, I ain't gonna say transitioning, but dealing with baggage, dealing with going over into 2025. We're going to have, and I would urge everyone, as we walk into 2025, of course, I preface this by saying tomorrow is not promised to us. No man knows the minute, hour, second, or day that the Lord will call us home. So even though we're up at 9 o'clock this morning, doesn't mean we're guaranteed to live to see 9 o'clock tonight p.m. Um, but it is our prayer and our hope that the Lord allows us to see the new year. to not only see the new year, but walk and live in the new year. And with the onions and red peppers, we just take them and mix everything up together. What are you doing?
Yeah, I want to cook too. You won't let me cook too. I'm trying to find my own.
This what happened when you let the producer.
I'm trying to find my cutting board so I can cut too. I want to cut too.
I hit it. What cut board? Your white one?
Yeah, like
It's up there. I got it. Uh-uh. It's over. You can't reach it.
wow. So you gonna put my cutting board at the
Yeah.
top?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. People this. People this. This is why I can't be renowned cook like him. Cause he put my stuff up in the top areas that I can't reach. Y'all see that? Y'all see that?
This what you want?
Yeah, I want my cutting board. I want to cut too.
Yeah.
I want to cut something. I'll cut something small.
Next, we'll do our mushrooms. Oh, she threw me off because now she's trying to. In 2025, this supposed to be the producer. Now she's trying to be the cook. 2025, stay right. But see, you make me forget what I was.
Babe,
Oh yeah. Oh
not walking up to 2025.
yeah. Not even though it's not promised to us. Still don't walk into 2025 with baggage. Don't walk into 2025 with unnecessary hurt. Don't walk into 2025 with unnecessary hatred in your heart. Don't walk into 2025 with turmoil. In other words, don't allow the trials and tribulations that happened in the 2024 to carry over into 2025. If you got some unresolved issues, if you got some unresolved hate, we still got, what time is it? It is, give me the time. It is
8:51.
It's 8:51. You have over 12 hours to reach out. And you don't have to call. You could text whoever it is, but pray about it. Make reconciliation with the Lord. Reach out to them. You have time. You have time to not carry that added weight over into 2025. Why don't we want to carry that added weight? Why don't we want to have that? But for one, 2025 is going to cause its own problems. 2025 going to have its own adversities. 2025 going to have its own storms. 2025 is going to carry enough challenges for us on its own. So why do we want to add to that baggage? Why do we want to add to them troubles? Y'all give me a second. She over here. Oh, y'all. She's not on camera. She's off camera over here and got her little knife. She trying to cut up some, and she done grabbed one of the key ingredients, one of the peppers, the habanero peppers, and I'm worried that she gonna grab it and lick her hand, rub it across her eye, and it's gonna be over. So I'm putting my pepper back over there. Huh? Chop up. There you go. Start small. And that knife is not a. Then she got a knife, y'all. That's not a chopping.
It's a knife.
There's not a dicing
But what is
knife.
Isn't all knives dicing knives,
No,
cutting knives?
no, it's not. To start with that, go ahead. But you don't want to carry unwanted baggage into 2025. You don't want to carry the hatred that you had for somebody into 2025. Let it go. And it's not for you. I mean, it's not for them. It's for you. Um, it's for you. Because a lot of the times while we are worried about people, I'll use this example. Um, you got turmoil with somebody. You can't stand somebody. They done you wrong in your life, or wrong you in a way that you feel they've wronged you and they hadn't apologized. And every time you see them, you get upset. Every time you see them, you get mad. Every time you see them, you relive that situation. You relive that turmoil. And now you can't sleep. Now you can't go on about your day because you're so upset. And these people are fine with it. Matter of fact, they see you before you see them, and they make it their habit for you to see them because they want you to see them because they know they got power over you. They know every time they see you, you're hurting and mad. So now they're laughing at your pain, laughing at your struggle, laughing at your situation. You can't sleep. You can't do you can't function throughout that day. And now your day is a mess because you're upset about what they did to you and you're wondering why they did it to you. Let me stop right here and ask this question. If you knew why, could you stop it anyway? If you knew why somebody did something to you, what difference is it gonna make? You can't change the why, so don't worry about the why. Um, and not only that, while you up there doing all of that, they're sleeping good. You up late at night, can't sleep, wondering why they did it to you, what you did wrong, and all of that. Some things are not meant to understand right now. So let it go. Let it go. That way you ain't got to worry about the why no more. Let it go so you ain't got to have resentment. Let it go so you ain't messed up in the head. Let it go so you're not worried about this or that. And you'll be able to sleep better, you'll be able to live better because once you start letting go of stuff, that there's a void that is in you right then, and the Lord will fill that void. So just let it go. And don't carry that unwantedness into 2025. Don't carry that 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 ill will into 2025. It's time to let go. It's time to start a new thing. It's time to be renewed. It is time to start a new walk and a new life in 2025. So we don't want to carry some old stuff over into 2025. Also, let me do it this way. And if you keep holding on to stuff, let me use this analogy that may help somebody out. If you go into your closet, and if y'all see me pause, and it's because y'all don't see her, y'all see her hands over him, but my producer has decided she wanted to get in here and help cut up stuff too. For those that are just joining, I am doing my chili for our watch night service tonight. So come join us at Watch Night Service New Bethel AME, Port St. Joe, 146 Avenue C, Port St. Joe, starting at 10 p.m. Please come out. If your church is not having Watch Night Service, come out and join us. And if you can't make it, don't worry about it. The same thing you're watching us on right now, we will be back at 10 p.m. tonight, going live. So tell a friend, tell somebody, tell anybody. And while I have you all, before we, and I don't want y'all to jump off, but I need a favor. If people don't mind that's watching on my channel, the church's channel, Sister Linda's channel, my LinkedIn account. If you're watching New Bethel, Port St. Joe, we are in a fundraiser. And this fundraiser is a matching funds fundraiser. So every fund, every dollar that we make, every dollar that we collect, the DuPont project, DuPont fund matches. And we're in the last day of it. We're in the last day of it. And I'm asking those that don't mind to help support. And all you have to do is just cash out. Use your cash out and just send a monetary donation to PSJ $ PSJ NB AME. Isn't that the cash out?
That sounds about right, baby.
$ PSJ NB AME. And just send whatever you send, it will be matched. We're in the last day of this project, and we thank you so much. And that cash app is $PSJNBAME. But back to what we are doing this morning. And I'm all over the place, so y'all excuse me.
Yes, you is.
But that's one thing about this conversation and the cooking. It is just thoughts. So if you have any questions, any thoughts, let us know. Let us know in the comments, in the conversation that you want to have, anything that you want to discuss. Let us know. But right now, what we're discussing is letting go of some stuff that happened in 2024, letting go of some trials and tribulations that happened in the 24, because we don't want to carry old stuff into a new year. I was going to use as a comment the your closet. If your closet is full with old clothes, if your closet is full with old stuff, it's hard to bring new stuff in. And when you bring new stuff in, you got to either find somewhere for the old stuff, or you got to find somewhere to put the new stuff. Especially if you're not getting rid of the old stuff. Now you got new stuff and old stuff. If you don't know what's new and what's old when you look at it from a distance. So that is just like in life. We don't want to carry some old stuff into 2025, because on the outside looking in, people are not going to understand it's a new you if they're still looking at old stuff. You're not going to understand the new you if you're still dealing with old hate. So 2025, let us make an effort not to carry a heavy load into 2025. Do what we can, and what can we do? We could pray.
I was just gonna say that, easy said than done. How am I? How am I to, per se, on this last day, um, deal with baggage that I'm going to see in the new year? What, like, praying about it? We know that prayer, God works on His own timing.
Ain't gonna cut off this.
God works on His own timing.
Mhm.
So, uh, what if my, I guess my patience, what if my patience ain't strong enough? What if what I'm the baggage that I dealt with in previous years is going to greet me come 12 o'clock on the first?
Um, Hold that question. For those that are just joining, we're doing our chili today. We're cutting up. We've just cut up the onions, the red peppers, and
We
mushrooms.
didn't cut up the onions.
Well, the onions we've already cut up. But we got the um green peppers. We got the red peppers. We got mushrooms and onion. Now we're getting ready to cut up the peppers. We got 5 different peppers. We got jalapeno, we got habanero, we got red chili peppers, we got a pop and poblano peppers that we're getting ready to cut up right now. But to answer that question, how don't I take the hate into 2024? You telling me, real, to get rid of the hate? With you telling me, don't worry about any of them situations. How do I not worry about it? How do I deal with it? And you deal with it through prayer. Um, Bible verse, paraphrasing, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against rulers of this dark age. Um, so some of the stuff that we deal with, we're dealing with it, and we can't control it. So the best way to try to even control it is to have a conversation with the Lord. Talk to the Lord, just like you're talking to your best friend. You know, you call your best friend and say, "Girl, hey, dude, man, bro, um, let me tell you what just happened. You know, so and so, they know I don't like them. They know we got beef and all of that. They done saw me in the store and tried to have a conversation with me and know they tried me, this or that. You have that conversation with the Lord. Lord, every time I see this person, every time I come in contact with this person, it just irks my soul. Lord, I need help in this situation. I can't do it. I tried to let go. I can't let go. I keep struggling with it. Lord, I need your help in this, and be specific in that help of what you need. We just talked about in Bible study, the blind man that was begging on the side of the road, and Jesus came by, and he asked the crowd, "Who was it? Who was that?" And the crowd said, "It's Jesus of Nazareth." And the man started to cry out, "Jesus, son of David." And while he was crying out, the people that was there tried to stop him, tried to make him hush. And he kept crying out. And he cried out to the point that Jesus stopped and asked him, "What is it?" He told the crowd to bring the man to him. But then after the crowd brought the man, Jesus asked a question. "What do you want from me?" The man didn't say, "Jesus, heal me anyway. Whatever way you bless me, I'll be happy. Whatever way you touch me, I'll be satisfied." I know that's a good prayer. I know that's a sweet prayer. And that's a prayer we need to pray sometimes when we're really not going through nothing. We just want Jesus to bless us because we really don't know what we need in this situation. We don't know what we need in that circumstance. So we ask the Lord to bless us in a way he can. But when we're going through something, when we got some issues, we need to tell the Lord exactly what is going on. Be specific in our prayer. Lord, I can't stand this person. And let me just say it the way we would normally say it. I can't stand this Negro. Lord, I need help. I need you to remove this hatred that I have right now, Lord. I need you to help me out in this situation. Be specific in that because we don't want to carry this baggage back into 2024. I mean, in 2024 into 2025. So what we need to do is have that conversation with the Lord on what we need, what we want um from him. And that's how we start to get our renewed mercies. That's how we start to get our renewed blessings because we were holding on to so much stuff. And because we're holding on to it, the Lord can't fill us with anything else. But time we start to let go of some stuff, the Lord is able to bless us. The Lord is able to see about us. The Lord is able to heal us. But it starts with us letting go. It starts with us allowing, trusting in the Lord, just like that blind beggar knew who Jesus was. We got to know, not assume, not make the assumption. We have to know who Jesus is in our lives. We got to know he's our Alpha and Omega. We got to know he's our beginning and our end. We got to know he's our lily in the valley. We got to know he's our bright and morning star. We got to know he's a bridge over troubled water. We got to know that he's a doctor in the sick room. We got to know he's a lawyer in the courtroom. We got to know he's a friend to the friendless, a mother to the motherless, a father to the fatherless. We got to know he's a rose of Sharon. We got to know he's a wheel in the middle of a wheel. We got to know he's a balm of Gilead. It ain't about just saying it. You got to know it in your situation. And sometimes as we walk into 2025, we got to be like them three Hebrew boys. Lord, even if he doesn't bless me, even if he doesn't heal me, even if he doesn't deliver me, I'm still okay because I know he could if he wanted to. So that's how we get out of taking some extra baggage into 2024. I mean, and from 2024 into 2025, we go into prayer with the Lord now. And we stay in prayer with him. And I would urge y'all, even though I'm cooking this chili for tonight for our watch night service, even though we were eating tonight at watch night service, I would urge some folk, and I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but I would urge some folk that if you need, why won't you go into fasting and praying right now for deliverance in 2025? For the Lord to remove some of that baggage, remove some of that hurt, remove some of that hatred, remove some of that pain, remove some of that ill will that you have. And so you won't take it into 2025. Go into prayer, go into fasting up into the new year, and watch how the Lord will move in your life just that quick. Watch how the Lord will start delivering you just that quick. Watch how when 2025 gets here, you will feel the weight of the world removing off your shoulder. You'll have some breakthrough. You'll have some relief, all because you fasted and told the Lord that I don't want to take a lot of this stuff that I've taken into 20 that I've had in 2024. I don't want to deal with it in 2025. Um, he will do it for you. Oh, for the so
So it's not gonna skid on me.
you want it.
It's not gonna get in my eye or on my hand and
No,
rub my face.
cut one. Cut. No. My producer has decided she wanted to cut some stuff up too. So we don't know if somebody's on her page asking questions or not.
Yes, I do. It's right here. Nobody. I see that people are tuned in. Thank you all for tuning in. Sugar Booger, thank you. Freddie, Mr. Green, Auntie Mary, thank you all for joining in.
And I don't have the next chapter page up. I mean, not the Rebecca page up, so I don't know if anybody.
I disconnected.
Okay. Okay. So we just
yeah, it will just on my social medias.
Mhm. So we thank you all that are watching, everybody that's tuning in. What we're doing, it's been asked. Switching gears again. Remember, last to go back from that subject we just talked about. For those that are tuning in, let go. Don't take the baggage of 2024 into 2025, because 2025 is gonna have its own baggage. You're gonna have your own struggles and trials in 2025. Why compound that with stuff that the Lord has delivered you from in 2024? Because if you've made it into 2025, the enemy didn't get you in 2025, so don't worry about that old enemy in 2025. If you made it to 2025, the enemy didn't get you in 2024, so don't worry about that enemy that was in 2024. Tomorrow will have its own trial, will have his own tribulations, will have his own struggles. So don't worry about it. Let it go, and let God. Go into fasting and praying right now and ask the Lord to deliver you, so you won't have to worry about the mess that you had to deal with in 2024 and 2025. But let me say this, because I know somebody might ask this question. Well, if I was going through a divorce in 2024 and I'm still dealing with a divorce in 2025, isn't that me carrying baggage from 2024 to 2025? No, because that divorce you were going through in 2024, it didn't take you out in 2024. So whatever y'all hashed out before then, don't worry about it. Whatever happened, don't worry about it. You're still going through a divorce, but it's in 2025. 2024 is over with. Deal with some new stuff in 2025. Deal with some new issues in 2025. Just let go. Um, for those of you that just joined in, once again, we thank you all. Kind of switching, kind of switching gears. We are doing our chili tonight for. What are you doing?
I'm shopping my house.
Okay, you saw me shopping mine.
In my house, baby. My life is a little older than yours.
So what we're doing our chili. For those that are just joining in for our watch night service, tonight at New Bethel AME, Port St. Joe. The ingredients that we have for the chili, for those that are just joining, that we've cut up. As you see, we've got a lot of stuff cut up in this that we're going to use. Is onions, um, red peppers, jalapeno peppers, mushrooms, habanero peppers that we're getting ready to cut up, red chili peppers that we're getting ready to cut up, a poblano that we're getting ready to cut up, and a this other pepper, curio. I think that's the name of it. I can't remember it right offhand. That we're getting ready to cut up. And one thing about me, I love my stuff diced up. I do. Somebody has asked, do I keep the seeds in the with the peppers that I cut up? Yes, I put all the seeds in there because the seeds is it's what gives the chili its heat. Along with some other spices that we use. So yes, I use the seeds. I use every part of it.
Except the stem.
Hmm?
Except the stem.
Except the stem. So cut it up real fine.
Okay. So we talked about not letting baggage go into the new year.
Mhm.
You gave a little, little tidbits on how to, um, you gave advice on what to do to get rid of those, the baggage going into the new year.
Mhm.
Yeah. You gave a lot of little nuggets. So being that I've seen you in almost every walk of your walk with Christ from BC to to now.
Mhm.
Um, what would you say is kind of sort of the for somebody that's struggling with their walk or their calling?
Mhm.
Because I recall you a lot of saying, nobody, that's not what you. If you thought that you would be a preacher right now, if well, you wouldn't think that you would be a preacher right now because of what your past held.
Mhm.
What advice would you give a person that has that thinks they have a calling to, I guess, be a preacher of God's word, or not sure to be a preacher, but be a of I guess what's kind of like evangelist, because you what if they don't
How do they answer their calling?
yes
The Lord is placing it. If I'm understanding the question correctly, whatever because of my walk, and the trials and tribulations I've had down through the years, what would my advice be to somebody else that is struggling with answering their calling? Um, to preference that, not to go into my life story or anything. I never thought I would be a preacher. Never thought I'll be where I am now. My thought would be I'll be somewhere at the BT Awards as a producer, music producer, as a manager, something dealing with that aspect of it because of the life I had when I was down in Ocala, down in Palatka, and that area. So I never thought I would be here. And I struggled with my calling for 3-4 years. Figuring out, do I really want to answer this calling? Because I didn't feel I was worthy enough. I didn't feel like I knew enough. I wasn't. I'm not a person that has a great singing voice. I'm not a person that can quote, scripture, off the top of my head. Um, as some people say, an orator of the word. I'm not a TD Jakes. I'm not a.
So you had many self doubts.
Yeah. I had a lot of self doubts. And that's the thing that a lot of people have when it comes to their calling. A lot of self doubt, and it's because the devil and the world will try to convince you you're not worthy enough for what God has for you. You're not worthy enough for what God has in store for you. And sometimes it's not even the devil that's doing it. It's because we're scared and we're doubting. Remember Moses, when the Lord told Moses to go and tell Pharaoh to let my people go. Moses gave all kind of excuse. Well, Lord, I can't talk. I can't do this. I can't do that. And the Lord still provided it. Jeremiah, Jeremiah told him, I'm just young. I can't do it. He provided for Jeremiah. Isaiah. Isaiah said, I'm a man of unclean lips. The Lord provided for him. So we got to realize if you're struggling with your calling, the Lord will, for one, the Lord is going to provide for you. The Bible verse says he equips who he called and he calls who he equipped. So he's going to equip you for the task at hand. One of the problems I had and I still struggle with is my own identity in Christ. Every now and then, when I first got into ministry, when I first started preaching, because like I said, anybody that knows me, I'm not a singer. I can make a noise. I don't even know if it's joyful. Um, for so let me say it's cute. That's what I'm gonna do it. I ain't cute. Cute for puppies. Anyway, I struggle because I always tried to sound like other people, and because of that, and I did it for a long time. And if I'm being honest, I've done it up until probably a year ago. So because of that, now I'm struggling finding my own identity in my own way. So for somebody that, for one, is struggling in your calling, that is struggling right now trying to find your way, one, start looking and having one that conversation with the Lord. Everything that you will hear me say, I preference with. You got to have that conversation with the Lord. You got to have prayer. And the reason why I say a conversation, let me go back and say this. When we talk about prayer, prayer is just a conversation with the Lord, both verbal and nonverbal. So you'll hear me say have that conversation with the Lord uh, about your struggles, about your references, about your disbeliefs. Have a conversation with him why you think you shouldn't answer your calling, why you think you shouldn't go in the ministry, why you think you shouldn't do what he's asking you to do. Have that conversation with him. Because watch this. If somebody comes up to you that you don't like, you probably gonna tell them why you don't like them. Why y'all can't be together? Why you think, oh, and don't think if it's something that you don't think will work. You would have a conversation with them telling them why you think it won't work. So have that conversation with the Lord. Have it with them, have it with him about your vices, about your struggle, about why you don't think you'll be the man or woman of God that he wants you to be. Uh, and give the Lord an opportunity to answer you. So that's one. Have that conversation with him. And two, if you're in the ministry, new, old, if you're in the ministry, uh, don't be nobody else. The Lord didn't call you to be the next Dr. Marcus Cosby. He didn't call you to be the next Reverend Terry Anderson. He didn't call you to be the next TD Jakes, Creflo Dollar. He didn't call you to be Jamal Bryant. He didn't call you to be Oral Roberts. He didn't call you to be John Staley. Um, he called you to be who you are. And that is a struggle that, like I said, I've had for the longest. Uh, the Lord called me to use me. Uh, and for the longest, I was trying to be somebody else. I went in the pulpit trying to preach and sound like somebody else. And while the message was getting across, while people were still being saved, still being healed, it wasn't as self-satisfying for me, even though the word that went out was his word. Um, I always questioned my delivery. I always questioned how it sounded, because I wasn't being my authentic self. It wasn't up until a couple of weeks ago when I let go of paper format. Yeah, excuse me. I let go of paper format and just took some notes up in the pulpit with me and started preaching without notes. Something that I've been asking the Lord um, to allow me to do for the longest is when I'm starting to feel a more self-fulfilling in preaching. Um, so be yourself. Be yourself. That is one of the biggest things that I can tell people is to be yourself in it and have that conversation with the Lord, and don't allow people to describe or deter you. Um, Going back to that about Sunday school lesson that we just had, which was a great Sunday school lesson. When that blind beggar called out to Jesus and said, "Jesus, son of David," and all of the people started to tell him to hush. Some people are gonna tell you you can't answer your call. You're not a preacher. You're not an evangelist. You're not a prophet. You're not an apostle. You hadn't been called because of who you used to be. Ignore that noise. Don't allow the noise from the pews keep you from the altar. Don't allow the noise from the naysayers to keep you from your blessing. This may be for somebody else to this morning that is on one of these streaming channels. You struggled in 2024 because you've allowed the naysayers and the noise to keep you from your blessing, to keep you from your destiny. You didn't go from you didn't start school because they told you you weren't smart enough. You didn't start school because they told you didn't have the finances. You didn't start school because you were convinced you didn't have enough time. You didn't switch jobs because they told you you're too old to start over. You didn't do something because of the naysayers. And because of that, you struggled all of 2024 because the Lord had a blessing for you. You didn't walk through the door to get it. So don't allow the naysayers, don't allow the them sayers and all of that to keep you from your blessing in 2025. Don't allow all the outside noise to influence you, especially if the Lord is calling you to do something. And the way we eliminate the noise is going back to having that conversation with the Lord. You cannot do his work. You cannot receive his blessings. You cannot walk in the favor of God without talking to God. Mm. Some of us are highly blessed, highly favored. We are highly anointed, but we're not walking in our anointing because we're not talking to the anointer. We're not walking in our blessing because we're not talking to the blessing, the person that's giving us the blessing. We're not walking into our destiny because we're not talking to the destiny maker. So we have to start having them conversations with the Lord in order for the Lord to guide us, heal us, and direct us. And not only that, once we start doing that, he starts to protect us. Um,
Okay, got a sneak in. Okay, for those that are not on the, I'm not I'm not faith driven. Something tested me through my lifetime that all of this stuff that you're talking is sounding good. You're telling me about the person that's talk to the person that's going to bless me. But what if I'm not at that? What if I'm not at that? How would you tell me about him without preaching to me about him? If I don't know this man that's giving blessings, if I don't know this, if I don't know this man that you, what if I don't know this man that you speak of? What if what if grandma, mama, aunties tried to beat Christ in me at a young age? To when I got up, I said that I'm not doing it. How would you draw me into the lifestyle of the man that can give me blessings upon blessings, because I've been struggling for so long. I've been baggage here, baggage there. All the bags that I dealt with it's got me to where I'm at, and I don't know where else to go. How would you tell me about this man?
However, first and foremost, because of this is where I feel a lot of us mess up at. And hold that thought. We've just cut up with, for those that just joined, we're doing our chili today. We've just cut up all of the jalapenos. We've cut up the jalapeno peppers, which was four of them. We cut up the habanero, which was two of them. We cut up the red chili peppers, which were two of them. We cut up the mushrooms. We cut up the red pepper, which was one. We had diced onions already, so we had one onion, and we also cut up a poblano pepper and a the other pepper. I can't remember the name of it, but it's more of a sweet pepper. We've cut it up. Now we're moving on and finna mix the sauces into a pan. That way everything is kind of prepared. And as you see, I like my stuff diced up. So we have that. This chili takes about 6 hours to 6, 7 hours to make. It's 9 o'clock. By 4 o'clock, preferably it will be done so we can head to Port St. Joe for our watch night service tonight. Those that will and can, please join us at New Bedford, Port St. Joe, 146 Avenue C, Port St. Joe, Florida, for at 10 p.m. for our watch night service. If you can't make it, you can tune in with us online on the streaming channels that we're on now. But to answer Sister Linda's question, and as we go into the sauces, well, let me do this before I answer her question. The seasonings that we're using, it's 2 tablespoons of each and every one of these, which is seasoning salt. We got some ground chipotle. We have some oregano. We have some chili powder. We have my favorite cayenne pepper. We have some cumin. We have some black and white peppercorn. And also I got that right here, baby. All of that right. Oh.
You got that much here?
Mhm. And we have some salt and pepper and minced garlic. 2 tablespoons of all of it. I may add a little bit more to get a little bit more kick out of it. That is what we use. Then when I get ready to season the turkey, which you will see the ground turkey that we use in it. I use a honey chipotle rub and some sweet barbecue rub for the turkey, as well as for the spicy sausage that we put in. But what I'm doing now is the mixing the seasonings together.
Yeah, teaspoon or tablespoon?
Tablespoon.
Okay, that's teaspoon.
Yep, teaspoon, tablespoon, same thing.
That's fine. Tablespoon is bigger than a teaspoon. But two.
So Mhm. My producer need to get back over the bath camera.
Because I know.
Excuse me. And y'all gonna hear me washing my hands a lot. I just believe it, especially sinuses acting up. I believe in keeping good hygiene as much as we can. To answer that question, the question was, how do I as me talk to somebody? What, you trying to fly away?
No, I'm not trying to fly away.
Talk to somebody about God that really has struggled in their calling, struggling in their walk. Is that what that is? That summing it up?
I'm sorry.
If how the question is, how do we have a conversation with God?
How do we have a
How
conversation?
do I have a conversation with somebody that doesn't believe, or
I can't say
that's had
yeah,
that believed at one time, but is struggling in their belief now because of situations?
yes.
Mama, grandma, they prayed and asked grandma, prayed to the Lord and asked grandma to be healed, and grandma died. So grandma left them, and since grandma done left them, or family member done left them, they've been struggling since.
Yes, they like
You can put them back on there.
it's kind of
Oh shoot, that's smart of me. Oh,
Jesus. What's that?
this one right here.
Yeah.
Cayenne pepper.
Oh, that's strong.
That right there was the chipotle.
That is not nowhere near. Man, I'm just a public service
See,
announcer.
you're not all the way in. You're not all the way in.
I know.
Okay.
Just
What's your public service announcement before I?
this is gonna burn coming in, going out.
My chili is a sweet heat chili. That is the name of it. It is a
It is
sweet heat chili. I do add some sugar to it. I do add some other ingredients I add to it that is not up here on the counter. But getting back to that question, 2 tablespoons of all of the seasonings that I am using, maybe a little over 2 teaspoons, but um, we make it work. Um, so somebody has struggled. They've prayed.
well, I guess I can't say somebody that has been preached at for so long and never had an actual a flesh to flesh conversation.
Mhm.
Because you're telling me stuff, but I don't know. You ain't gave me no real life. You told me about Moses. I ain't never read the Bible. I don't know about Moses. I don't know about the 3 Hebrew boys. My real life situation. How would you?
Well, going into that after, and this is for anybody. You don't necessarily have to be a preacher, pastor, evangelist. Anytime you're going in to have a conversation about the Lord, about Jesus, about it wasn't that would have a little small. Anytime you're going to have that conversation, first and foremost, after you realize who you're dealing with, after you realize the hurt that this person been had, um, you have to go into prayer for yourself first. You can't talk to somebody if you're not prepared for the talk. You can't teach nobody if you're not prepared, have the lesson prepared. And the only way that you can do that is go into prayer. And I know what somebody is probably saying, but if I'm having that conversation with them right now, and I don't know these people, how am I going to get back, to them? You can have a prayer and a conversation with the Lord right then and there, a quick prayer and conversation right then and there with the Lord. So that's one. Two, um, after the Lord has directed you and guided you, or even if you don't have that conversation, sometimes it's about just telling your testimony, telling your story, and ask them, well, can I tell you what happened to me in my life? Um, so you don't have to beat the Bible to them. You can have a regular conversation with someone and just tell your testimony, tell your story about your life, about how you've been delivered, how you struggled in your own identity, how you struggled, and just do that, and just have a conversation with them. And prayerfully, you took the advice and prayed while before and during this conversation. And while you're having this conversation, you will realize that the Holy Spirit will start speaking for you, because this is not just a coincidence that you and this person came together. It was already by a divine intervention. But the problem is we have divine interventions, but we don't allow the divinity to take over. And so with me, when I'm having conversations with people, I just have a conversation. I have a down to earth conversation. A lot of people that I talk to, even at work, even on the streets, don't even know that I am a pastor. And it's not because I don't tell them, it's because I don't want to deter them. Some people are deterred about pastors, or about people of God or Christ, because they think all's going to happen is we're going to use that and try to preach Christ to them, and that's not always the case. So I just want to have a regular conversation with that person and allow the Holy Spirit through that conversation to guide us. There's no right or wrong way, but you just have to have that conversation and start it, especially if when people feel like they are getting preached at and not taught, being talked to, being preached at, being ridiculed. Um, they're not going to take kindly to it. So for me, it's just having a conversation with that person, and allowing the spirit to guide me in that conversation. And watch this, a lot of it is just listening. Do you realize sometimes you got to be like Jesus and not say a mumbling word? Sometimes it's about just listening to that person, right? And while you're listening, you still have that conversation with the Lord. Ask the Lord to, Lord, as I listen, um, speak to me and speak through me. Give me the words to say to this person. Um, because watch this. The first thing a doctor do when they come into the room, what do they ask you? What are you experiencing? What are your symptoms? What has been going on? What is happening? Why are you here? What made you come here today? All right. Mhm. And then they listen, right? Then after they start listening, they ask questions based on what you said. So sometimes when we're dealing with people that don't really, that has been going through some stuff, sometimes the best thing for us to do is listen and ask questions based on what they said, and it's not being facetious. I just don't trust the Lord. I just don't believe like I used to. Why is that? Why aren't you trusting? Why aren't you believing like you used to? What happened? If you don't mind me asking. Well, I was going through some stuff. I was going through a messed up relationship. That I was getting beat all the time, and I asked the Lord to deliver me from it, and it seemed like He didn't deliver me from it, and or whatever it is, right? And you just had that conversation, and you just keep talking, and as you talk, the Lord will start to reveal. You want to see the meat? Can't see it on that. People, the Lord will start revealing stuff to you, but you just have that conversation with them and you listen. And that's how I deal with those that are not fully I ain't gonna say fully, but are struggling with their spirituality. I'll say it that way. For those of you that have joined in again, we thank you all. We are um, preparing for our chili that I'm doing for our watch night service at New Bethel, AME Port St. Joe. What I'm doing now, I'm just seasoning the meat, turkey meat that we put in with honey chipotle and sweet barbecue rub. We're gonna season it, then let it. Season it, then kind of let it rest for a little while. We've got all of the we've got all the stuff cut up. We've got the sauces that Sister Linda has got just spread out right here. That we the seasonings that we use in it, as well as the onions and all the other stuff we've got cut up. So we've got it. We've got it ready. So we thank you all. This chili takes it's a lot of ingredients in it. Once again, the ingredients that is in this is onions, red peppers, mushrooms, also two habanero peppers, four jalapeno peppers, two red chili peppers, one poblano pepper, one pepper I can't remember the name of it. I'm gonna have to go look it up. But it's more of a sweet pepper. Then it's not on the list. Because I had to substitute it for the Anaheim pepper. We also have minced garlic. We have salt, pepper, and all this stuff right here is in the seasoning. Garlic, salt, pepper, oregano. I was looking red. Adobe's all-purpose seasoning, oregano, cumin, chili powder, cayenne pepper, as well as chipotle powder. Um, yeah, then we have for the meat, the turkey is turkey meat, turkey bacon, corn on the cob that we use, as well as turkey bacon and turkey meat. So in the seasoning for the turkey meat, I have sweet barbecue sauce and chipotle honey sauce that we use. So we have that. We're gonna put this back in the refrigerator and let it sit, kind of let that seasoning kind of seep into it. Then we're gonna transition outside to the grill. I do all of this on the grill. So if y'all, I know y'all are tuned in, and we thank y'all for tuning in. We're going to transition, and we probably will stay on if that's what Sister Linda wants while I go outside and get everything set up. Or if those that want to come back in about what 10 minutes, and we'll be back online. Or do you want to stay online?
Um, we can give them a quick tutorial outside.
Okay.
And then
Okay. Because I got to go set up outside and get everything set up. But yeah, y'all come join us. Um, come join us outside. Sister Linda will bring y'all outside in a minute or two.
and it's in the two or not.
You go with that.
Ooh, it's cold.
It's cold.
It is cold. Let me go put on some other clothes. So you don't need your cord or anything. So what you need out of here?
Unless I got some. Do I got some? Look in that. Under that. What's it called? Let's see what wood chips I got.
Yeah. Apple, a few cookie chunks, and I guess they're the same. Well, yeah.
Don't
Well,
worry about it. I got some more.
apple, sweet smoky flavored, fire and flavor.
Don't worry about it.
We bringing out the old grill. She been here for a long time. She
What's
not,
that?
I said she been here for a long time.
Yeah, this the grill that we're using. Since everything is done on the grill, I didn't even bring my phone out. Bring me a bowl of water.
Bowl of water.
Yeah, something that I can soak. Um, hmm, you remember that bowl that you took from me?
Yep.
Bring it. Get some water in it. So we're gonna get our. I have two different grills. I have my pit boss, but all of this, I'm actually going to do on my Weber older grill. Weber. I need to actually get another one. This one has kind of served its purpose. And really the only time I use the grill now is to do the chili that we're making today. Hold on, man. Let me do it. So what I do is I got some applewood. I mean hickory. I like pecan, but they didn't have pecan, so I got some hickory that I'm going to soak. Then we'll light it up. That way it gives a good smoke to it. For the charcoal, what I do indirect. I had my lighter somewhere. Really true, right? So I was cutting up everything.
Uh-huh.
I did this first.
So I have to know kind of sort of know wait time.
Yeah.
Well, not really a wait time, but
And of course, I know she was gonna want to do that. And it's just some Kingston Kings for match light choco that I use. One that you ain't got to use lighter fluid for.
I, me personally, I like the charcoal with the lighter fluid. You get instant. You see, I'm sitting here. If with some charcoal with some lighter fluid, baby, boof.
Well, for one, you're not holding it. Hold
I
it.
did. What am I supposed to do, man?
What? That's good.
How long that wood got to be so?
It don't have to soak that long, but I let it soak until until it gets until I get ready to put it in. And what we want to do is get a good.
A lot of fluid. They were all they would have been.
Oh, it's good now. It's and like I said, I don't think I'm going to keep behind lighting already.
Gave up.
So we'll get that started. Let that kind of heat up some. Then what we'll do is we do it in stages. We will come out, put the corn, let the corn sit along with the sausage while we do the saute down all of the onions and all of that we chopped up. Then we will after that we'll put the bacon in. Then kind of actually we'll do the bacon and the what you call it first, the meat bacon, and do it that way. So with that, when we do the seasoning and the sauteing of the vegetables that we cut up, it kind of soaks into that little grease. Not too much grease because we're using turkey. Um, and go from there. So let's let this kind of heat up some, and we will come back.
Gets to
It ain't gonna get it.
to make it.
So back in house for a minute. We do a couple other things.
Isn't that funny?
Leave me and my phone alone. I ain't got no service. Right.
And we're going back in the house.
While that's doing, we can watch some dishes and
Donna, 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 Donna.
so while the grill is heating up, my daughter asked me to cut up some cucumbers for her. My daughter Jasmine has asked me to cut up some cucumbers for her. So
That's good.
yeah, we should open them up and see. So we'll cut up these cucumbers while the grill get hard for those that are just joining in with us. Reason why we're live. Um, I'm not a chef. I'm not a professional cook. I'm an amateur. And that's probably giving myself some when it comes to cooking. But I actually love to cook. And what we were doing a while back, we used to cook and go live a lot in our cooking. And people always ask and just had conversations while we are. I got to get in the. Am I in the camera back? You producer. um, and I used to go live a lot in my cooking, and just have conversations. And I wouldn't say spiritual conversations, biblical, just conversation. Um, and we stopped, and people started asking about it again. And let me show you how the Lord works. I started on doing a spiritual talk with what was it? A spiritual talk with Reverend Chris. That I was on the Word network a while back. I had an opportunity to do it through a I ain't gonna say a grant, but that's really what it was. But I stopped um because I didn't want to pay, and pretty much I blocked my probably my own blessing itself. And I stopped, and that was about 4 years ago.
Yeah. But no, no,
Well, it
no.
was during COVID. I
Yeah,
started
they're
it during
covered.
COVID. So it's been about 4 years, but I stopped. I got an email from them saying they would love for me to come back to do a 30-minute time slot, which it is a price to it. But I don't know. I'm still in prayer. But we may do it. But I want to start this back because I'm going to start back cooking more in the new year. Give that a second. I'm gonna start by cooking a little bit more in the new year. So hopefully we'll go live and just have conversations about our cooking and just having conversations. And I don't want it to be just me talking. We would love if those that are tuned in with us will have have some questions or comments. Just have some conversations. Because sometimes it's not about um, being preached to. Sometimes it's just having a regular conversation. In that regular conversation leads to breakthrough. Um, when you have Jesus in the midst of it, you'll have breakthrough. Um, and that's what we want going into 2025. We want to make sure um, people, our friends that are on Facebook, our friends that are on Instagram, our friends that follow us and that tune in. I have some breakthrough in 2025. That's what we want. We want breakthrough. We want to celebrate you. We want to celebrate your successes. We want to cry in your storms with you and help you through your storms. We want to make sure, as is coming from myself and Sister Linda, that whatever you go through, I don't want you to think you got to go through it alone. You might not know me, and the only place you know me from is this platform. But we want you to know that you have a friend that you can reach out to. We will pray with you. We will pray for you. We will fast with you this year. We will fast for you this year. We will do whatever we can
Because we're intentional.
to help you through your situations and your struggles. Um, we want to usher you to the Spirit of the Lord. We want to pray with you and guide you and hopefully allow you not only to find Jesus along the way, um, but really have Him to reveal His plan for you, the plans that He has for you to prosper, the plans that He has to help you, the plans that He has for your future to help you and not to harm you. But you got to know that plan, and He will reveal that plan, and that is our hope through this platform. We may film it and do the Word Network. I'm not sure. Right now, I may just go live maybe on some Mondays. It won't be a set day that we go live because
So just stay
with the schedule. So just tune in, but I will try to do a blog, go live. Hopefully, I ain't gonna say every morning. I need to because people have asked for it to give a word of inspiration every morning. I will try. Not sure, but just know we are here for you, um, to help and not harm you, to pray with you, to pray for you, to help you find your purpose and walk in your purpose in the Lord. I'm working on the Lord after I finish this master's of divinity degree, it is my prayer that I go on to finish, to get my doctorate in expository preaching. But in that, the Lord has been dealing with me to write a book. And that's what I've been working on, kind of secretly and slowly. Um, entitled "It's All About Me. It's Not About Them." And really, what the emphasis of the book is going to be about is about how we react in situations, because nobody can force us to do anything, right? Nobody can force us to do stuff. So a lot of the times when we deal with people, we deal with situations, it's just a test. So when we start to realize it's about how we react in them situations and not about them, the test that the Lord has for us, we will start to see that these people that are trying to get us, these people that are trying to harm us, these people that are trying to keep us from our destiny can't do it, because it's all about how we react in those situations. They coming at us crazy, and yeah, we could be as crazy as they don't know us like that. They don't realize how crazy I can be. Um, but it's not about that. It's about being one with in peace with the Lord. And that's what that book, the book, if the Lord continues to allow me to write it, if He gives me the season to actually fully write it in, that is what we're going to attempt to do.
I'm gonna write a book too, baby. You wanna know what my book gonna be called?
What's your book gonna become?
We call him, not me. And emphasis of my book is going to depict that everybody know that as the spouse, as the helpmate of a minister, we are called. Yes, we are called to a higher. We are called to a higher standard as well, but we are still human. There's no dress code for no first lady. I don't know, there's no dress code. The Bible didn't state a dress code for a woman that has married a man that um is going to preach his word. What you I think they're gonna say? I'm get out of I'm be like on the book. What book is the help? Where all the ladies came together and talked about I'm gonna get well, I ain't gonna get the older ones, I'm gonna get the younger ones.
But for everybody that is it'll sell if it's done, the people that is intended for, that needs it, will get it, and need it, and it'll bless them. And that's what that is my goal this year, is not to be a blessing to someone else. And let me say this, it doesn't mean a financial blessing to other people, because I know people will hear this, see this, and be like, well, he said that he'll help us in any way we can, and I need money to pay my rent, I need money to pay this or that. Well, we will help, but faith without works is dead. um we will help you out, but in helping, there's going to be some work you have to do. We have some stuff at benevolent fund at the church that we're working on for next year, that will help out. We got some stuff that we can try to do financially, but the biggest thing is through this platform, um, is giving you an outlook, giving you a new way to look at things, giving you a new perspective on life, because some of us struggle with stuff that we don't want people to know about. And I don't want you to have to tell me about it. I'm just going to try to address some things the Lord has placed on my heart each and every time we do this. It may be some rambling. It's not going to be a set um, structure. It is however the Lord uses us that day. But we're like I said, we're here to help. And my thing is, even with the book that I just spoke of, and that's the first time besides Sister Linda and maybe a couple of other people in the family that I told about this book, and I'm speaking it now because the Lord is guiding me to start it. But even with that book, I'm not worried about if it's a bestseller. I'm not trying to be a millionaire off of that book. I'm just trying to help somebody, and I know that you can put that in the refrigerator. And I know that it will go to the intended people that need it will get it. And that is my thought process this year. Even with New Bethel AME, um, or in the church, I preach it. Anytime I go, yeah, that's for the children. Anytime I go online, this live session, I'm not trying to get a million views. I'm not trying. It's not about that. The intended people that whatever we're going live for that day, um, it will bless them. That is my hope. That is my goal, just to be a blessing to someone on a daily basis. Every time we go live, every time we do something, it just to bless somebody else. I may try to go live on some Thursdays. I'm in a bowling league on Thursdays. I'm not the best bowler. Um, I throw a couple of strikes a game, but just to be a blessing. Just to be an outlet. This when we go live, it's not all spiritual. You'll see jokes. You will see just down hard. Some craziness. Um, but we thank you all. We thank you all. And once again, I don't know if Sister Linda still has it going across the screen. You won't hear me do this that much on here because I don't want people to think that this is a platform. Every time you come on here, we're asking you for something. But New Bethel AME Church, Port St. Joe, is in a fundraiser right now. We're in the middle of a fundraiser. Matter of fact, we're at the end of our fundraiser. And what it is a matching funds fundraiser that we're in, a Project DuPont project that we're in. And what they do is they try to get churches, get organizations to be more on social media, or be more broaden their horizons as it comes to online giving. So what I'm asking is, we're in this last day of it. That we're in this last day of it. We're asking those that can and will make a donation on Cash App. Get your Cash App. It's on your screens right now. $ PSJ PSJNBAME. For those that can and will, and you don't have to, and I don't want you to feel obligated. It's just an ask. To send, even if it's $1, even if it's $2, just send something to help us with this matching funds that we're doing, and that way the church can start being a blessing to other people too. Because I don't want people to think this is something else. Then we got to go back outside and get on the grill and see, because I don't see the fire going, so I need to make sure it's still going. I want us to get out of I want us to get out of that thing that the pastor, the church is taking all the money and not using it for the community. Um, Me personally, yes, I know it happens. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, because everybody that say they're called hadn't been called. Some people are in this for the wrong reason, but we want to make sure we are a blessing to other people. We want to make sure that we bless other people, and we want to be honest and tell you about your giving, tell you about why you should give. And when it comes to giving, we will have some more conversations on giving here in the future. But I just want to throw this out there to you. Um, when it comes to tithes, tithes is the tenth, the first fruit of all your increase, right? I know we talk about if you ain't got finances, it's about giving your time, your talent, your effort. That's one thing. That's giving to the Lord. But when we talk about time, a lot of people will say, I'm not giving my money to that church because of what they did or what somebody else did to me. Um, don't keep your blessings tied up in the hatred for a building or a person that's in a building. Give your tithes. If you don't like that church or that, give your tithe because it's not about what they're doing with the money. It's about your giving of the money. Um, because you're showing the Lord that your willingness to give. And when you give, you have that conversation with the Lord. Lord, allow this to be used for the intended purpose to uplift God's kingdom, to uplift your church, to bless somebody else. But don't allow people to hinder you. Don't allow in 2025. Don't allow people to hinder you. Give. Give not grudgingly, but of necessity. Give and start tithing and watch how the Lord bless you. Watch how the Lord starts to move stuff in your life because you're not doing it for them folk down at the church. You're doing it for your retirement. You're paying into your spiritual retirement. Let me just say it that way. You're paying into your spiritual retirement. But we'll talk about that maybe at another time. What we're finna do now, we're cooking for those that are just joined. We are actually cooking our chili for our watch night service tonight at New Bethel AME Port St. Joe. I'll say it again, if you're not doing if y'all don't have a watch night service, please come out. Please come out. And if you can't make it to Port St. Joe, I will be live right here on Facebook, where you're seeing us at now. We'll be live on them platforms again. And I got to move back in the camera because I see my producer
I am as I
is trying to send some. She's multitasking. I'm multitasking. So you excuse both of us. She's sending out messages to people while we do stuff. And I'm moving around, but we thank you all. Port St. Joe, New Bethel AME Port St. Joe tonight, 10 p.m. 146 Avenue C, Port St. Joe, Florida. If you can't um come, just tune in to where you're watching us at now. The chili I'm cooking will be served tonight there on my sweet heat chili, along with some other stuff that we're cooking tonight. But now it is time, because I'm looking at the time, it is time to move to the grill now and check it out and start the process because everything is cooked on the grill. So as my producer gets ready to walk out, I'm going to walk out a couple of times and go from there. Make sure we got it heated up.
so wait a minute, am I coming out there or
Let me see what that happened with.
did I die? Excuse me.
What? We ain't got no light fluid though.
Uh
I do need some for that wood.
I think you hit my lighter fluid.
Hey,
Huh?
let me hurry up. Everything falling to cut my foot. Get it now. Fix it all. Not really, just oven. While you out there playing Morse code. Oh, it's catching on. It's catching on.
I need to go get a charger. Well, a plug.
All right, as we get back out here, we'll get started on the process of kind of getting everything situated. For those of you that are online, stay with us. We are in the process of moving from inside to outside so we can continue doing our chili. We got the grill. I'm not using the pit boss this morning. We're using the Weber. Smoking pretty good. That we're going to get ready to start. So bear with me. I'm still moving some stuff from outside, from inside to outside. So stay tuned. Don't go nowhere.
Hello, peoples. Gonna be smelling like smoke,
Mhm.
and I don't like that.
You ready to? You gonna probably have to do some moving
What you mean? Just moving.
with the camera, because I'm gonna be in a couple of different places. But
Wanna know where you gonna be?
yeah, I'll be in a couple of different.
Hey, Miss Cheryl. You since you just joined in, Miss Cheryl. For tonight's watch service, Reverend Jordan is gonna be bringing, um,
500.
he's gonna be bringing his famous chili that everyone always asks him to do. Smoke wood want to come over here.
Oh, it's gonna be you gonna be smoky.
So he's making his chili for tonight. So stay tuned. You're gonna get some if you like hot foods.
So since everything is done on a grill, what I use is a cast iron skillet, and I have heat and indirect heat on my grill. I got the coal scattered that way. So what we're going to do is let that pan kind of heat up, and we're going to start doing the cooking of the
Them
sausage, the corn, as well as the turkey meat and turkey bacon. So as that, we let that skillet heat up some. We got our grill at about 450 to 500 right now. As hot as we can stand it, and I'm using my Weber and not the pit boss. We will do some cooking on the pit boss when I do my ribs, which I may do some ribs Wednesday. I'm not sure yet. Or the weekend, and when I do our steaks and all of that, we're gonna start by cooking more and like we said, just having conversations.
Yeah.
You just stay. I don't know if you need to go out wilder.
Uh, if I go out water, you're gonna have to talk louder.
Oh, okay. No, you good right there.
We're just gonna be. I'm gonna take this thing out so I can move from left to right. When you move from left to right, get me a fan to blow this. Do I got a fan?
Yeah, you got a fan in that big fan in the room. Just a little olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. Um,
Is it really?
so what I'm gonna do first is I'm actually going to do the meat, the turkey meat first. Do it, set it aside. Do the bacon and the sausage and set it aside.
We need to get us one of those portable tables with the sink on it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna buy one from Amazon.
Okay. That ain't me.
Meat red top.
Let's go ahead and get our meat on here. The meat is actually ground turkey. Hold on, let me look at take that pan. I don't know if you have to take it back in the house and wash it out or not. Or better yet, if you bring the cast iron skillet out. Okay. So you know how to put it in. Yeah, you can go take that on back in. Reason why I like doing everything on the grill. This can be done inside. It can be. I just like that smoky flavor that we get. I got some hickory wood in here as well. Let's see, put it over. Let's put it over on the table, right on the edge. And actually, you know what? I shouldn't have did it that way. I probably should put this back in the bowl. I'll put it in a new bowl. You close that back there. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it, babe. I don't know if I want to. Once again, we're doing our what I call my sweet heat chili. So we got it cooking. So what I do is I move it kind of over to the indirect, and we'll close this back up. Let it get some of that smoke. For a minute or two. We thank you all for joining in with us. For everybody that's watching live on this New Year's Eve, it is our prayer that the Lord blesses you on this New Year's Eve and bless you. I gotta make you go in and get it. Okay. Bless you into this new year. And what we got on now is just the turkey meat. How am I? Oh, I'm looking this way. I look like a camera facing. And we're just dealing with the turkey meat. After I do the turkey meat, we'll cook the turkey meat and set it aside. Um, then we will put the turkey bacon in here. Then after the turkey bacon, we will set it aside, and we'll put the corn on then the sausage, and we're just kind of building the flavor itself. Letting everything cook in the juices. Of course, you know turkey meat. The reason why I use turkey meat, it's just a little healthier. You don't have to. The original recipe that I got this from, barbecue pit boys, they use venison. I don't really I don't eat deer meat that much. I don't eat wild game that much. So I use turkey meat instead, but you can use whatever you want, whatever meat you want. If you're a vegetarian, you don't have to. You can use tofu, whatever whatever it is you like. But I just kind of build the flavors. And like I say, because turkey doesn't produce as much fat as beef do, but it still has a little bit in there. And with this cast iron skillet, it does um has flavor to it too. So that's what we use. So we got the turkey bacon, I mean the turkey meat ready. So we'll take it.
Sister Cheryl said she appreciate all the hard work you put into making your chili.
Thank you, Sister Cheryl. It's probably the reason why I don't do it. I don't do it all the time. Really and truthfully, with all the ingredients, I just be honest with y'all, with all the ingredients that we use in it. Um, all the ingredients that we use, it's about the ingredients add up to about. We're trying to be. I'm trying to keep the juices in there and not get burnt. Need a spoon. Yeah. Go get a spoon. We it's about $100 and some worth of ingredients that we use. Um and it takes about 6-7 hours to do. I started this morning, read at about around 8:30, doing all of the prep work. And even with the cooking, because I use the grill and I try to put everything in the cast iron skillet, you can place stuff like the corn and the sausage, even the bacon, on the grill itself. Um, I just like to rebuild the flavors. And I just kind of like to rebuild. You use the flavors, use the grease that is coming to add to it for each thing that we cook. Um, I just love the flavor of it. That's why I do it that way. You don't have to do it that way. It is a spicy chili. People have asked me to kind of change the recipe itself, and I won't change it because I don't want to mess it up. Um, as I eat some of it off the table. Pretty good flavor. So next, what we will do, we'll open up this bacon. My producer trying to cut me.
Cook knows how to grab the knife if the producer is handing it to him at a way that he's not used to.
So what we'll do is still using that same grease, the same sauce or kind of the. And one thing about a cast iron skillet, it is heavy. And we just going to throw that bacon in it. Let it cook. Throw it all in like this.
You gonna cook it?
Mhm. Get the tongs out.
Tongs.
See what I'm talking about?
These.
Yeah. Okay. So with the bacon, we as it kind of cooks, we'll close that back up. Let it get some of that good smoke hickory. So we've got the turkey meat that has been done. We have the turkey meat that has been done. We're doing the turkey bacon right now that we will take and chop up in a minute. Then corn on the cob, that the corn on the cob that we use, we'll take it, put it on the grill, let it sit, get a good sear and shuck it. Um and the sausage. The only thing that is not turkey in this is the sausage. The sausage is a Cajun style Andalusian smoked sausage, and the reason why that is I can't find turkey spicy turkey sausage no more. I will have to get with my meat guy that I use over here in Havana for that, and I just didn't reach out to him. But I will start so I can get back everything turkey in this turkey base in this. And once again, for those that are just joining, we are cooking our sweet heat chili today for our watch night services tonight. My watch night services will be at New Bethel AME Port St. Joe, 146 Avenue C, Port St. Joe, Florida, starting at 10 p.m. Come out and join us. We are feeding afterwards. It's not only chili, but there's some other stuff that we will have as well.
I need a bowl for that.
What, babe?
I need a bowl for
The bacon? I'm gonna cut it up then. When I cut it, I'm gonna put it in the yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be chopped up and put in with the meat anyway.
Okay, is your chili your traditional food for New Year's Eve?
No, it is actually not my traditional for New Year's Eve. I've been the church that we're at now, New Bethel Port St. Joe. This is my first New Year's there, and I told them about, I mentioned when we were doing some stuff, I mentioned the chili to them, and our musician, Brother Herbert, which is a great musician. Please come and we'll just watch him sing in our choir and him play. Um, he said he wanted to try the chili, so that's what I'm doing. I normally probably do this chili once or twice a year. I used to do it for a competition that I used to enter, but I hadn't had time to do it here lately for that competition. So I'm doing it now. But no, it's not my traditional. But it probably I probably will start doing it for New Year. It'll be a tradition that's just done once a year. So we're doing our turkey bacon, um, kind of getting a good sear on it. Let it sit back in and smoke a little bit. Then after that, we will throw the sausage and the corn corn on. What you need, babe? Anything? In the conversation? In the question?
I have had like some goals that not really goals, but things that I want to do this year. But I am, of course, unsure of where to start. And even if I, you know how they say, work in silence.
Mm-hmm. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing.
You know, not to say that,
Mm-hmm.
but scared. As you know, I have a fear, and it's an unhealthy fear,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the fear of me actually, I guess, succeeding on something that I don't think that I am worthy of.
Mm-hmm.
Like he gives me the gift to do it, but because I'm scared that my gift is going to produce more than I can handle, that I don't act on, I don't step out on it because of okay, he gives me this gift, he gives me this idea,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, put it into work, put it into fruition. So, and then I see somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I see somebody else, like doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ah, man. So that's a sign. I take that as a sign for me not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
How can I? Not really per se. How can I? But like, I don't. Honestly, I don't know what to do because of my unhealthy fear, and I'm still, still praying about it, still asking God to help me with my unbelief that I can have better.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a I don't
You
know.
know, let that stay on for a little bit longer. Um, so what are you? So what's the question?
Uh,
How does the Lord help you with your unbelief?
yeah, basically.
I mean, just like the man said with the the story, not I know we don't always want to be biblical, but using the story about the man that brought his son to the disciples because he was throwing himself down in convulsions and seizures because the demons had him, and he'll throw himself down time and time again, right? The disciples came and couldn't cast him out. The man came to Jesus and said, your disciples tried to do this and it wouldn't work. um I know who you are, I know you could do it, but I need you to help my unbelief. So sometimes it just once again, and y'all gonna always hear me say this. You got to start with a conversation with the Lord, right? You got to start with your manufacturer. Hmm. Um, and the manufacturer is the Lord. So if you're having unbelief, you're having doubt, why not talk to him about the doubt you're having? We have not because we ask not. Um, so talk to him about the unbelief that you're having. Have that conversation with him. Lord, I'm struggling. I need to do this, but I don't know how to do it. Lord, I procrastinate. Lord, I struggle. I need your help. Guide me in what I should do. And we have that conversation with him. That's the biggest thing. We just got to have that conversation with the Lord about. You want to taste one of these? You don't like turkey bacon? Uh-oh, uh-oh. I lost one. We just had that conversation with the Lord. And y'all gonna hear me say that, and I don't want to sound like I need to put the bacon on this, so I need to make room, some room so I can cut it up. Say, we'll put that down in the end right there. That way, you know, everything I use, I can put right there. Um, you hear me say this a lot. It starts with a conversation with the Lord. Because what I want us to do in this new season, in this 2025, right? I want us to be intentional about our prayer life. I want us to be intentional about our conversation with the Lord. I want us to be intentional about it because He is the one that provides for us. He's the one that gives us breakthrough. So we need to be intentional about our service to Him. Very intentional about our service to Him. That's why I couldn't find the oil.
I just finna say, I saw you it had oil, but I was what you did with the knife.
So now what we're doing, I'm putting the sausage on and kind of let it cook. Now some people, what they do is they will cut the sausage open and just pull the meat out of it. Um, I didn't do that. I don't do it. I lay it out, then I chop it up in pieces. But you can split these open and just get the meat out of it. So while that is on, the other thing we're gonna do is go ahead and get our corn and kind of do two things here. Get all of that off of it. Okay. Go ahead and get our corn off. But back to that. I want us to be intentional. They seeing me, bro?
Of
Nope.
course they're not seeing you. They seeing
Oh,
they
they see
seeing
right now.
the meat.
I'm moving a lot, so you might not see me everywhere I go. But I want us to be intentional this year about our praise, about our conversation with the Lord. And I'm not just talking to you all. This is something I have to do as well. So I'm not just preaching or talking to each and every one of you. I I struggle with it as well. I'm finna anoint the corn with oil. But um no, I struggle with it as well. But we have to be intentional in our conversations with the Lord. We have to in 2025. We got to have more conversations with Him because He's the one that knows all about us. He's the one that has made us. So I challenge all of us as we move into 2025. Each morning that we get up, um, even if it's just a quick conversation, just ask the Lord, Lord, guide me in this day. Lord, what do you have for me? Lord, what do you want me to do in this day? And just have that conversation with Him. What do you want me to eat today? What do you want me to say today? How do you want me to walk today? What do you want me to put on today? Lord, just guide me in this day. And start having that conversation with Him on a daily basis. That's something I have to do. Me and Sister Linda, we do a prayer together every every morning. But you still need to have that individual time with the Lord. Um so that's what I challenge us to do every morning. Take 2-3 minutes, even a couple of seconds, to have that conversation with the Lord about what He wants from you. I'm putting the corn on right now. I'm going to end up throwing it in the pan. Um, but I'm just putting it on indirect heat right now, just to kind of get it while the sausage while the sausage cooks. I got the sausage as a whole right now. Um, kind of getting it a good little sear on it. Um, put that back down and we'll let that sit for about 5-10 minutes. What you looking at?
The sky.
Where it's dark.
Uh-huh.
Stones out there. That's it. Yeah, it's getting some darkness. So I'm gonna chop up the bacon now that we
That he eating.
Hmm.
He eating. Shit, don't hold up.
But yeah, let's be intentional this year about our, our service. And it looks like the weather wants to try to get us, but we're all right. We're gonna still be here and get this thing cooked the way we want to. But yeah, let us be intentional about our service to the Lord this year. Let us make sure we having conversations with Him on a daily basis. Because only the work we do for Him, we know that lasts. So yeah, let's start having conversations with the Lord on a daily basis. Um, and it's just as quick as asking Him for guidance throughout the day. For that day, asking Him for His new blessings for that day, asking Him to order your steps in His Word for that day. Just just to have a conversation with Him, and it doesn't take that long. I'm eating some of the bacon, turkey bacon, as well as it looks like it's trying to pick up on us and rain.
Where's the, we had steaks in what? The other truck, right?
Mhm. But that thing would be if I have to. That thing. So we're getting the bacon cut up. Time is-
It is 11:03.
And like I say, I love a lot of my stuff cut up fine. So you'll see me chopping and dicing as much as I can. But
Cheryl was on last one to ask the question.
yeah. So let's just make sure we're doing what we can to have that personal conversation with the Lord on a daily basis. I'm taking the bacon and kind of mixing it in with the meat that we've already cooked and got it kind of set aside, waiting to put everything together. We'll pull our sausage off, and as we pull the sausage off, we're going to throw the corn on there, and we're getting to the point to where we're about ready to put this whole thing together. So what I'm doing now, we're going to take the sausage and cut up. I'm try one of these sausage. Nice.
No,
Huh?
not yet.
What you talking about? Not yet.
What? Why you give me such a hard time?
So of course we got the corn on right now. I'm taking the sausage that we put in the cast iron skillet. Um, and we're cutting it up. Then we're gonna dice it up some and some little smaller chunks. This is a spicy sausage. Remember that my chili is a sweet heat chili that we do.
I'm glad you said that. Are we gonna try that sausage and burnt my mouth? Spicy sausage.
Yes, it's a spicy sausage. And of course, we just take the corn and we turn it a couple of times. Because remember, everything we're doing is still going to cook again. You don't have to get everything fully. Well, the hamburger meat,
Yes, please.
have it fully cooked. Or the turkey meat. The sausage, I cook it fully. Um, but the corn and the what's called, I'm getting a sear on it, but it's still going to cook. Once we put everything together, because after we put everything together, we still leave the chili on for about another 4 hours to kind of let everything simmer together. So with our sausage, I got it cut, but I'm just, like I said, kind of taking it and dicing it up a little bit as I eat some of it. So what are your goals? And I'm not going to ask what are your resolutions for the year, but what are your goals for 2025? What do you want the Lord to do for you in 2025? How do you see the Lord blessing you in 2025? How do you see the Lord touching your family in 2025? Um, I think that's a good question. What do you see? How do you want the Lord to bless you in 2025? Um, but also with that, think about that. You don't have to answer it if you're on the. I don't even know where my phone is.
Right.
Better see it in time. No,
No, we just getting views.
that's fine. What do you want the Lord to do for you in 2025? But another question on that is, because you know what you want the Lord to do for you, what are you willing to do for the Lord in 2025? What are you willing to do for Him in 2025?
As for me, I my intention this year is to I am a at heart I am a people pleaser. I am a person that um I can't say I thrive off of pleasing people, but I find enjoyment in pleasing people, even if it means foregoing self. This year I intend not to forego pleasing people to please self.
I'm probably gonna need another. Check what now. Think all this fit in here?
Uh, yes and no. It should. It's just gonna be packed, but that's okay. That's what my intention is to forego. Don't not really care what people are going to say about
Yeah.
me and doing what, not worry about who's doing
Right.
and go ahead and doing it myself.
I'm gonna need another. A small one. Okay.
Um, if he's giving it to me, he's giving it to me for a reason.
Right.
All of these people that are on the earth, there is not possibly that I, that somebody's gonna grab. I have my clientele,
Right.
and they'll have theirs. Who's meant for me is going to be for me. Who's
Right.
meant for them is going to be for them.
Right.
And just stop, stop what they say, like stop
Self-doubting, self-hurting.
sabotaging
Mm-hmm.
before I even get a chance to even let it come
Right.
to a head.
Looking for something to reduce. Nah. Okay. So now what we're getting ready to do, I got the corn, I got all of that stuff. Um, getting ready to we're gonna get ready to put some oil, vegetable oil in the pan, and we're gonna get ready to do all of our vegetables now. Saute all of that goodness. So we're gonna let that pan kind of it's even hot, but I put some oil on it. So we're gonna kind of let that oil get a little hot. And then we're gonna come here over here. We're gonna get our corn. And all we're gonna do with our corn is straight down the middle. We're gonna kind of just cut that corn. Get all of that off of the corn.
Why fresh corn and not corn out of can?
Tastes better. Corn out of the can, I can't put on the grill like I'm doing and get the same flavor. So really, it's all about flavor. It's all about that grill, somewhat fried, well, not even fried, but that just that grill flavor. Tastes better. Um, and you might not even get a piece of corn in it, but it's all about the layering of flavors. It's all about the flavor, um, the flavor profile itself. That's what I kind of like with my chili. That's what I kind of anytime I cook, it's about the flavor. I want the flavor to be what you remember. And with this chili, like I said, it's a sweet heat. It's hot. It is hot. Um, but that sweetness is what draws you into the chili, and then you get that kick of heat. Um, with the ribs, I do. Um, it's a little heat to it. Every matter of fact, they tell my mom and everybody else tell you, Sister Linda, they think everything I do has to have heat, spice to it,
And do.
which is not true. It's just I just like a spice. That's my flavor. That's my flavor profile. It's spice. Try to get this. You didn't bring another one out, though.
Huh? What you mean? Oh, you can try to put the corn in there as well.
I got it. It'll go. I'll make it go back. Hurt me.
But don't you got some more stuff?
Because I'm gonna put the
Everything else is gonna be in the pan.
Yeah, or that when I do the seasoning the stuff, I put it back in. All right, I'll take that. So now that we got that, the next thing we do is we got all of our. I should have did next time. That's what I'm gonna do. Hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna do everything in that next time. I don't think all this gonna fit. That ain't what I need. Next time I'm gonna do everything
So
in there.
to get that heated up, or to you wanna me to go put that on the stove in the house, and then you can transfer it to the heater.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a change. Y'all bear with me for a second. I want to do something. Uh, we're gonna put our bigger pot on, which I should have really and truthfully, now that I think about it, built all of my flavors in this, and I didn't, but that's okay. So we're gonna put that on, let it heat up some, and then we will add our seasoning, our saute, our stuff in it, and then go from there.
Want to take a break?
Hmm, no, I'm good, babe.
We're gonna heat up fast as you want.
It'll heat up. It's my hot red. Hmm.
Michelle, so her goal for this year is to keep my faith and work on my health in 2025.
Hey, man, that is a goal of mine too, Sister Cheryl. I got to get back eating right. I got to get back into the gym, doing what I'm supposed to do. So that is a goal of mine as well this year, and it's one that I know through prayer, through conversations with the Lord, it will He will get me there. So what I'm going to do now is take all of our so what we got now is our meat our stuff that was sauteing. We have it. We're going to add a little bit more coal, just a couple chunks. a coal just to kind of heat us back up. And we're gonna add a couple pieces of wood back in there just to get us add a little bit more heat to it. Just to get a little bit more fire. And what I should have did, um, I should have layered in flavors in this one instead of that one. And cooking it. And as I remember, that's what I used to do. So we'll still see how it turns out. I think we're gonna be okay. I know we're gonna be okay. But we're just gonna let this sit for a minute or two and kind of cook down. We're not gonna put a top on it, but we're gonna kind of let it do what it do right there. We got our meat ready. We got everything ready. The other stuff that we use, just for those that are joining in, give a recap. We've been online for a while. I think we've been online since about 8:30.
2 hours and 48 minutes.
Yeah. And that's how long it's been. We've been online time we started. So we're 2 hours and 40 some minutes into it. And our chili that we do, I would say it's award winning because it has won some awards. I ain't been in the big competitions. I ain't no Gordon Ramsay or nothing like that. So I ain't been in them big competitions, but I have won placed in a couple of competitions that I've been in. But what we have is our sweet heat, is what I call it, sweet heat chili. Um, we have ground turkey in it. We have turkey bacon in it. We have Andalusian Cajun style sausage in it. We have some different spices. Spices. We have chipotle powder. We have chili powder. We have cumin. We have oregano. We have I'm missing. We have the oregano. We have the I can't remember the spicy
Yeah, cayenne pepper.
yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Cayenne. We have cayenne pepper in it. We have onions, diced up white onions. We have red peppers. We have red chili peppers. Chili peppers. We have jalapeno peppers. We have habanero peppers. We have a poblano pepper in it. And this other one I keep forgetting because I ain't looked it up. It's something I added to it because I use Anaheim pepper, which is a sweet pepper. Which
Get on your receipt.
they didn't have it, so it's a I'll look it up later. But we have that pepper too. And we've got all of that. We've got corn as well. We're gonna have some rotel. We're gonna have some tomato puree. We're gonna have some tomato paste. We're gonna have some bushes on pinto beans. We gonna layer it with flavor it with a Bud Light, just a little bit, just to give it some thickness and some sugar. So what we're doing now, we've cooked everything else on the grill, and now what I'm doing, I'm sauteing all of the vegetables and all of that will be in there, kind of getting that sauteed down a little bit. Then after that gets kind of sauteed, what we'll do is we will put the seasoning, all of the seasoning in, and then we will start with your puree and all of that. You ain't got to open it up yet, babe. So we're getting there. So we're gonna let that sit for about another 5 minutes. Where I messed up is I used the cast iron skillet to cook everything. But what I should have did, what I used to do, is cook everything in the cast iron pot to layer the flavors. I didn't do it this time, but we're going to be all right. We're about 2 hours in. We're trying to get this done. Normally, I take about 8 to 12 hours to do this because I let it cook for a while. But we will have to be at Port St. Joe tonight at 10 for our watch night service. So we want to leave here by 6, 7. And we still got some other stuff we need to do. Sister Linda still needs to get me looking cute for service. So I got to take down my hair and wash it, which we'll do that while the chili is still cooking. But that's where we're at. But we thank you all for joining. Something that we're going to try to do a little bit more this year. Something that I've been asked to do a little bit more this year is cooking and having just conversations. Not only about the Lord, just life in general, and how it relates back to the work of the kingdom of God. Because the more you talk about Jesus, the more Jesus is a part of your life, the more Jesus will bless you. And what we want to do, I said it earlier and we'll say it again. We just want to be a blessing to others this year. They probably close that door. We want to be a blessing to others this year. We yeah, we want to make sure through our prayers, through our supplication, through our fasting, that we are a blessing to others this year. And like I said, on this platform, it doesn't matter how many views we get. It doesn't matter or all of that. It just matters the people that are on. We're doing something to bless that person and make that day that they're online, that hour or 30 minutes or 15 minutes that we're live, make that 15 minutes that helps and bless you and keep you. So that is always our goal. That will continue to be our goal this year. And I know you're online. I know Sister Linda has that. I don't even know if she wants to bring. I don't know how we even do that, so people can come and look and see how things are looking when we as we do stuff in the pot itself. I don't know how would we even. Well, I'm telling you about my producer real fast, right? Uh, my producer that produces everything. They got in the kitchen with me, start cutting up stuff. My producer in the middle of me cooking, I ate her a piece and didn't even ask to cook that he wants some. Now I've been in front of the hot stove cooking and all that. She over there drinking her nice cold soda. Ain't gonna have the nerve to pop her lips as she drank it.
I don't know how you turn this camera around.
You not telling me this? I don't know if y'all can see. This is the all of the peppers and um the vegetables that we have. We've got it kind of sauteed down a little bit the way we want it. So now what we're going to do, since that is sauteed down, we're going to take our spices that we have and we just going to throw our spices in there and mix it in. Our producer wants, she want to do it as we mix it in right now. So now we got all of them spices. I think I got to get on this side, right? The heat is on the other side. So now what we've got the sauteed vegetables all in there. We've got them spices that's in there, that oregano, that Cuban, that cayenne pepper, the minced garlic, the onions, the all the peppers we have, the chili powder, the all of that is in the hot smell.
Hot.
It's smelling good. Um, and looking good. So now that we've got that in there, we're gonna start adding all of the other stuff that we've done. So what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna take all of our meats that we had, the corn, the pepper, I mean the corn, the sausage, the bacon, the turkey meat, and we're gonna go ahead and mix all of that in there. Chop it up, get it mixed real good.
Open the Corona.
What as we doing? Mm,
You know the darn thing ain't worth 2 cents.
what?
That can open.
You wanna go ahead and do that while
That's all I was trying to do.
oh, no.
Cause I know that
I didn't realize it was gonna cook as fast, bro. So we just gonna keep this mixing up. London's gonna put the camera back on, and we're gonna get ready to start adding the other stuff that we normally add to it. But as you see, we got all of that meat, the sausage, the turkey meat, the turkey bacon, the corn, the peppers, the seasonings is all mixed up in here. So now what we'll do, we're gonna start opening up the cans. We got a thing of Rotel original. I use the original instead of the spicy. I thought about using the spicy one, but I hadn't. I didn't. So we take that Rotel with all the juices and all of that, and we put it in there and stir that in. That's okay. I'll go ahead while we're doing it right now. Not too much, but I'll go ahead and throw some about 2, 3 handfuls of sugar, and go ahead and throw that on there. Here, you throw that up. Gonna kind of get that stirred in. Then we got some tomato puree or tomato paste. As we put that in there, we just keep stirring, stirring that in. Then we don't drain none of it. I put it all in there. Sister Linda asked me, "Do I drain?" And I told her, "No, I put it all in there because I want that. I want the juices in there too. The chili, all this meat, and all of that will suck up the juices itself and just adds a different flavor. And that's the tomatoes. Now you can use diced tomatoes, but I don't because I just like that sauce itself that it kind of gives. Then we got now the beans. You can use whatever beans you want. I use the pinto beans, and yes, I throw that flavor, that sauce, and all of that in there. I don't drain it because it's going to, as you cook it, it's going to cook out. Um, then what I do is, um, as that is in there, we got that on simmering. I get a now this is not gonna get y'all drunk or nothing like that. So we take some Bud Light and we mix some of that in there, and that soaks, and as it heats and cooks, it just soaks up and gives it a kind of a thickening agent.
The song gonna get you.
And what we'll do is um we're gonna leave this off like this for a little while. Let it soak up, then we'll come back. The other two things that I do, the only other two ingredients that I don't have in here that you don't see, I got a whole thing of pepper jack cheese. Just a block of pepper jack cheese that I put in. I just put it down in the middle. And also I get some corn chips, tortilla corn chips, and I take it and mix it up in here, and that gets to the thickness. But what we're going to do right now, actually go ahead and get, I don't know if I do it right then.
What you gonna do?
Go ahead and get me the that pepper jack cheese out of it.
Okay.
So what we're going, you can leave that right now. So what we do right now, leave this spoon right here. So that's what we got. We're gonna put this top back on. We're gonna leave it uncovered for a little while, for about 30 minutes or so. Um, mm, gotta look into it. I think I could have made it a little bit more spicy, in my opinion. So we're going to leave that off, leave the top off. We're gonna once again add about another, because I want it sweet to kind of offset the heat. Um, you got the pepper jack. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some tortilla chips as well. We just take a bunch of them now, and take them and kind of spread that in there. Couple handfuls. And tortilla chips, what they do, it's just a little thickening agent. Just makes it a little thicker, gives it a little crunch to it. Um, just kind of like you use crackers for it. Um, that's what the tortilla chips do as it cooks down in there. So we got that in there. I don't put too much in there. Oh, maybe one more handful. It's no set um that I do with it. You can leave it out. Go ahead and open that, cut that and open that for you. That you just cut it. I'll just open it. I put the whole block in. Hmm. Pretty much. So the next thing, the last thing we add in here is a thing of pepper jack cheese. They had some habanero cheese. I thought about getting it, but I didn't because I hadn't tried it with that. So what I do is I just take it and break it, and I take that cheese and just slide it right down in the bottom, and just let it just melt and cook in. And as we stir it, it'll thicken. We get one taste, one night to early taste. I'm trying to get my taste tester to taste it.
So you can burn my booty out.
Just so she could see. Not quite done yet, but early taste. And you still taste something. So, Bud Light ain't rendered yet.
Huh?
The Bud Light ain't rendered yet. So what we'll do is we will let this cook. Now what I'll do is, without putting the top on right now, I'm gonna close it, but I'm not gonna put the cast iron lid on right now because I wanted to kind of get some of that smokiness. I wanted to kind of get some of that flavor, that hickory, that we have in here, get some of that smoke. So I'm going to add so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. We're going to, where are my tongs at?
Oh, and I thought you were done with this. Oh, pick up your gloves, babe.
We'll take this. We're going to throw a couple of things of that wood in there. And we're going to just to add, like I say, a little bit more heat. I'm going to put, okay, what did I do with the doggone thing? Right here. Here we go. I'm losing stuff. That's what happened half the time in my grilling. I want to put one. That thing is hot. It'll still be. That's enough. Yeah. All I wanted to do is just kind of get some heat up under to get some smoke. So what we'll do is we will close it up with the top off, cast iron top off, because I wanted to get some that smoke. And as you see, it's cooking. And what we'll do is I'm going to move it kind of off of that, kind of more of a little bit more of an indirect. Actually, what I do is for the first couple minutes, I'll leave it on there and just kind of give it about 10-15 minutes to get some of that good smoking heat. And come back. We'll come back, put the top on, and then just let it cook for a couple hours. Um, I got about 11:45 right now. So about 12 o'clock, I'll come back out. You probably won't be online no more. So we thank you. I will go back in and close this thing out. Um, then I'll come back out, put the cast iron pot on, I mean the top on, move it, and then kind of let it just let it cook. But as you know, I got to give it one more stir. All right, let's let it get some smoke. Let it get some heat. Okay,
Okay.
we'll go in and we'll wash some dishes. Maybe y'all consider wash some dishes and get some stuff cleaned up. Well, probably shut up. About one end at a time.
Huh?
Think we could get it sit up like that and it won't fly away with the time up.
Oh,
I just lower it like we always do.
Lord, like so the wind won't catch it.
So because I believe in cleaning and cooking, you get my little small cup.
We'll knock you out. We'll knock you out. Yeah, I'm gonna say.
It ain't that type of show.
I would knock you out.
I know you do that, you will.
You want a small cup?
Yeah. That cup is yeah. That cup is fine. Dog it. Yeah, but I gotta get some more.
Cast iron.
Mm-hmm. I thought I had some. Thought I bought some more. So we got the chili on. We're cooking it. Um, I go back out. I'm letting it get some smoke. So what I want to do, I'm going to clean my skillet that I use, the cast iron skillet. I thought I had. There we go. I thought about some more because I got this. So we take it with some cast iron scrub and then I use cast iron soap. If you ever have a cast iron skillet, um, don't use regular soap. Um, I use this. I get off of Amazon. The soap I use in the scrub gets it pretty clean and it keeps your skillet like your cast iron pot seasoned. That's the biggest thing. With cast iron, you want to keep it, where it's seasoned itself. That way you get a different flavor from it. I started to go with all cast iron stuff, but me and my wife have two different type of cooking standards. All right. I cannot go all cast iron because we'll probably be in a fight every day. I come home and she done cooked something on the cast iron and then left it without cleaning it or getting it on season. So all the cast iron cooking is done by me. All the regular cooking, when she
Fine. You.
me too. Sister Linda does cook, y'all. For those her family members and those that said Sister Linda can, will, and know how to cook. She just got a husband that likes to cook, and used to do it all the time. And she has a husband that is picky about his kitchen. As I clean, I like to, as I cook, I like to clean. When I get through cooking, I be putting up food. So if they hadn't ate, the food gonna be in Tupperware bowls and all of that. That's just me. That's just the type of cooking.
Daddy, now your daddy ready.
Uh, so I love. So I'm very particular about the kitchen. I'm very particular about who cooks in my kitchen. Just tell me what you need and I'll cook it for you.
Doesn't go like that, sir.
You know, uh, that's just me. Um, the way I've always been. I don't know if it's from mom or dad or just military or just being anal. I don't know, but with your cast iron skillet, you got to make sure after you clean it, make sure you dry it, and then put some type of oil. I use this cast iron oil. You can use olive oil, vegetable oil, but do some kind of oil so it will not rust.
Kind of messing with me. You're gonna rust.
And that's my concern. I'll come back, it'd be great. Matter of fact, the very first cast iron skillet, the very first cast iron skillet pan I had, um, Sister Linda, um,
Linda,
Linda,
baby.
baby,
Linda.
Linda, baby, Kuna Matata, as some people call her Linda B. Linda, not knowing how to do a cast iron pan. I left it. I did chill it one day, and I left it left the skillet or the pan, and my baby wanted to help me because I was running, and she washed it and put it up under the sink, and it rusted. But that is just like I said. I'm going somewhere with this, right? It was because the person that knew about it, the person that knew how to do it and what to do, didn't give her proper instruction on how it needed to be done. Because if I would have gave her the instructions on how it needed to be done, should have did one or two things. She would have did it or left it. Mhm. So you remember, I guess I'm going so with this. You remember Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden? The Lord told Adam about that tree. Adam didn't do proper instruction on telling Eve about that tree. So because of that, when the serpent came, he didn't come to Adam, he came to Eve. And he asked Eve about it. And all Eve said, really paraphrasing, oh, all I know is we weren't supposed to eat from it. Why you were supposed to eat from it? I don't know. He said, because the Lord don't want you to have the same power as he had. All right. If Adam would have did what he supposed to have been did and communicate with Eve, it's just me, communicate with Eve, when the devil showed up, it wouldn't have been no extension. It wouldn't have been no, um, it wouldn't have been a misunderstanding. Eve could have said no, because the Lord told my husband this, or the Lord said this is why we don't do it. So I say this to people in relationships. Make sure you communicate. Make sure you communicate your wants, your needs, your desires, your pet peeves, your devices. Make sure you communicate. That way, when something happens, the excuse can't be, I didn't know. The excuse can't be, well, you didn't tell me. Communicate it. Communicate it. So in 2025, communicate. Communicate more. And it ain't just got to be in a relationship with husband and wife. It could be in a relationship with boyfriend, girlfriend. It could be with child and parent. It could be with coworkers. It could be with church folk. It could be with your enemy. Communicate. If you don't like somebody, just tell them, look, in 2025, we ain't doing this no more. I ain't even playing no more, playing like I like you. I don't like you, you don't like me, so let's just keep it moving. I speak to you, you speak to me. You ain't even got to have a conversation with me. I pray for you, you pray for me, and let's just keep it moving. So have them conversations, because what'll happen is you'll realize it saves a whole lot of headache. We're still debating to this day who was wrong with Adam and Eve. We're still debating. People say if Eve would have just not ate that apple, but Eve not only ate the apple, he gave it to Adam, and Adam still knew not to eat it, but he still took it. So we're having all of them debates. If we communicate in the beginning, it'll save a whole lot of trouble in the end. What I'm doing now, I'm just taking my cast iron skillet and I'm re-seasoning it, I'm re-oiling it. I just take my oil.
You moisturizing it.
Yeah, you know, it's black, so it get ashy. So I'm putting some lotion on it. But not only do I do that, I take the handle. I just put some on my hand because I wash my hand later. I do all sides and the bottom of it because I want to make sure it's fully ready for the next time I use it. And one thing about it, if you go ahead and do it on time you finish cooking, it's easy to clean. Yeah, I got some dark black stuff, but this we got it good and seasoned in. I will take it and I will put it away for the next use. I want to start. I'm gonna start doing more steaks, doing more cooking, because as we eat right, is my prayer and my goal this year. As I start the new year, maybe not in so much of a fast yet, because I'm probably a fast at our annual fast that the church does, that the church do. But I'm doing a year-long fast this year, for health reasons, and it's no fast food. I would not eat at a fast food restaurant this year. That is my goal. And my prayer is with the Lord that even in that point where that's all it is to eat, that He will sustain me. It will be a full fast for that day. I'm also fasting every Wednesday, from sunset, from the time I get up to the time I get finished with Bible study. And that fast is for the Lord to reveal to me what needs to be said on that Wednesday. And every Sunday, I'm fasting from 10 p.m. from 9 p.m. Saturday till I preach my last sermon on Sunday. So if I'm preaching 3 times that day, I'm fasting until the end of that day. And what I'm doing is 12 hours, basically 12 hours before I preach, I go into a fast. So if I preach on a Tuesday, I'm fasting on that Monday. So in other words, what I'm saying to you all is some things can't be done but through fasting and praying, right? So some things that you got coming up, go into a fast and pray about it. And don't just fast just because you want to lose weight. Um, nothing like that. Fast because you want the Lord to move you. Because if you're fasting just to lose weight, time you go off the fast, you're gonna gain the weight back. But if you fasting for the Lord to give you more health, if you fasting and praying for the Lord to give you more healthy habits, more healthy eating habits, He will do that and He will remove some taste from you. With that being said, I need to go back out, um, look at my chili, do a good stirring, and then put the top on. I don't know if y'all want to come out and look at it one last time to see how it look. Yeah, y'all do. Come on with us, sister. Yeah, let's go. My producer, I tell you. So we got it cooking real good. So what we'll do now is I'm going to move it from over to direct heat. And as you see, that cheese that was in there is melting pretty good. We'll give it a good stir. Get some of that cheese off of the bottom. Looking pretty good. We're gonna move this thing over on that side to kind of get it off of the direct heat. We take a little take, throw a little bit off. It is getting there. It is getting there.
Skin
What it needs. Some more sugar.
sugar.
As Barry White said, my sweetness, your sweetness is my weakness. So to offset that heat a little bit more, we're gonna add
Okay, that's enough.
some more. We're gonna give it a stir because that cheese that we had that's down there is kind of melting to the bottom of the pot. We're gonna get it. It's got some smokiness to it. So we'll close it up and put the top on it and just let it cook. Take our other spoon that we haven't used. And give it one more. I think that's it, baby. I think that's it. I think that's it. Mhm. I'm ready to eat already. So we'll put that top on. It's on indirect heat. We'll close that back up. Get it to where we got to move it over some to where it will. Next time I do this, I'm gonna try experiment and use my pit balls for everything until I get another grill. I'm looking.
Ah,
Bless you.
thank you.
I'm actually looking to get another. I got to get another grill, but I think I'm gonna step up some and not just get a Weber. I think I'm gonna get something a little different. I'm not sure yet. So any suggestions on grills that y'all like? I got a pit boss, which is a pellet, but I really want a bigger grill, a one that does reverse flow. So I could cook more. Because people are starting to ask me more for my ribs. I've had some people ask me for the chicken that I do too, and I want to tackle some briskets um this year. So I'm looking at getting a bigger grill that I could cook more on. I love my pit balls. I love the pellet grill, but I think it's time for me to move up and step my game up a little bit. So any ideas, put it in the comments. Any ideas, let me know. Text me, email me. If you want to put in on it, let me know. All donations. And that Sister Carla. Sister Carla, I see you on. Um, you could be my taste tester, Sister Carla. I'll let you taste test. But let me know. We thank y'all. We're gonna walk back in and do some cleaning, and then we're gonna close this thing out for the day. We thank you all. I still got about
So we're gonna close it out now, or
in a minute. I'm gonna walk back
okay?
in. So it's about 12 o'clock. The chili is gonna stay on for about another 2-3 hours. In this state, just kind of let it cook. As you see, the temperature of the grill is about 200, 300. So we're gonna kind of let it kind of stay there and just kind of let it cook and let it simmer. The more it simmers, the more thicker it gets, and the more hotter and sweeter it gets. So let us go back in. I'm gonna get this stuff kind of up so we can take it in and clean, and we close out.
No.
I used to, they don't let you do the bottles no more. It's individuals, right?
Uh-huh.
And that ain't a 16. I mean, I need a 12. I don't know what side of that either.
That's child. He could literally tell you.
I don't need these no more. Should I leave one of these out? Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one? You think
The one with the scoop, the claws.
this one?
Oh,
So taste it. I'm gonna be taste it with this.
you already done tasted it
I
like
still
that
need to taste
time.
it. So leave the claw one out.
Yeah, it's to stir it now.
Okay. Tell you what, watch this. Let's pull this out right here, right? Oh, I need to leave that out. Leave that. Leave that. We'll put this stuff right here. Hate to so that it was not closing all the way.
Well, it is warm, baby. That you done had that for
And this is we were working on that.
Pet Thomas.
I had that since Fat Thomas.
Yeah.
How long we been here? About how long?
We've been here about almost 10 years, baby. No. Yeah, cause we was in Gretna
Yeah. I
for
was at the city. I got the city job before we moved here though. I've been at the city for 10 years. So we've been here about 9.
about so. Cause that's how I was going back through. Of course, Google Photos reminds me of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we signed for the house, when they first put the house out, when you first bought me too. Okay.
All right, we thank you all.
Oh,
Finna do a little cleaning with the kind of the stuff we use today. I believe cooking and then cleaning as you go. Um,
I believe in cooking than nothing. And then you clean up later.
3, 4 days later.
I'll do that. Don't do that. Yeah, y'all see, you see, you trying to make me look like a bad wife. You see?
I ain't saying okay. About 3, 4 days later, about 3, 4 hours.
3, 4 hours or so. It's a quarter of what I cook. Because majority of the time, everything that I cook is still in the pot, so it don't deserve prepping and cooking. And you see, all of your cooking has to be prepped, chopped, seasoned, diced, sliced.
Yeah, I believe, man. See the thing is, right? And she got a head all in the camera right now.
I don't got my head in the camera.
Um, Sister Linda don't like onions. Well, I'm sorry, Linda don't like onions. Linda don't like bell peppers. Linda don't like green peppers. Linda don't like mushrooms. That's why I'm surprised she tried to chili. And all of that's in there. That's why I have to cut everything up so fine that she can't see it. So a lot of the stuff I like cooking with, she doesn't like eating. So I have to limit my creative knowledge, my creative being in the kitchen, um, to once a year with my chili and some other stuff. Even with the ribs, I messed up and added a flavor profile that she liked. Now I can't change the ribs no more. Matter of fact, not only her, my nephew, Shard or Peanut, has told me not to change my flavor of the ribs. He told me I could try other ones here and there, but not all of them. So, but closing this thing out because we've been on for about 4 hours now.
We've been on for oh, we've been on for 3 hours and 38 minutes and 48 seconds.
And so in them 3 hours and all of that we've been on, you still in front of the camera.
Huh? No, I'm not in front of the camera.
We've been cooking the chili, so the 3 hours and 40 some minutes has been prep time. Um, Getting everything individually cooked and getting everything put together so we can cook the chili. So now the chili is on the grill, cooking. I will go out probably in another hour or so and look at it and give it a stir. Um, so what I'm doing now is just cleaning up. But we want to thank you all for joining in with us tonight. I mean, I'm gonna say tonight
Join us tonight.
for joining us this morning.
No, I was telling you,
Yeah.
us to join us tonight as we
But for this is something that we will do more of. I got to get used to going live by myself because some of the times Sister Linda is not going. Well, Linda, I'm sorry, is not going to be here. I don't know where I get that from. I'm just used to. Linda's not going to be here. Yep. We church folk now, baby.
we is church folks, baby.
Linda's not going to be here, so I got to get used to
And I
it.
don't know who Linda is, honestly.
My baby is not going to be here.
Yes, I don't know who Linda is.
My baby's not going to be here a lot of the times to go live with me, so I got to get used to setting this thing up and going live myself, which I will, because people have asked me about a daily or weekly blog or something like that. So I'm going to do my best in this year to do that. And then let me say it, I'll say it again. And it's not to be a YouTuber, it's not to be a blogger, it's not for views, it's not for clickbait. It's just to try to help somebody out. My goal and my prayer this year, as the Lord meets me in my situations, as the Lord meets me in my circumstances and meet me in my struggles, and as He meets me and blesses me, it is my prayer that I can meet some other people in their situations. He allowed me to meet some people in their situations, and be a blessing to be a blessing to them, to help them out in their struggle, to help them out in their situation. That is my prayer this year, and that's why we will be online blogging or online more. That's why we'll be cooking more, having conversations, and just seeing where the Lord leads us this year. So we thank you all for joining in with us. You can see the finished product of the chili. We may go online for a minute to see the finished product or at the watch night service tonight, which that's what we're cooking the chili for. Our watch night service at New Bethel, Port St. Joe, AME, 146 Avenue C, Port St. Joe, Florida, is the address. Come out 10 p.m. Join us. And if you can't make it, don't worry about it. We will be on this channel, on our Facebooks that you see us on now, as well as the Port St. New Bethel Port St. Joe Facebook page. We ask you to visit it, especially if you want to see past sermons, past Bible studies. We are on it. I don't have the YouTube page set up yet. Port St. Joe do. I don't know. Okay. In the new year, we will have our YouTube page set up as well, so we can start going live on it. So come join us. Come join us. We thank you all. And as we do this series, I don't even know what it's going to be called. Um, I don't know if I'm going to accept the opportunity to do the discounted rate at the Now Network, do a 30-minute show on it. I'm not sure yet, but we'll be in prayer. But if you have any conversations or any questions that you would like answered during these segments, let me know. Text me, email me, inbox me, and we will discuss that in one of our upcoming series. Not sure exactly when the series is going to be, when it's going to air, when we're going to go live. Just turn on your live bell, live notification um, on the platform you're watching us on, and we'll make sure that we go live more in 2025. We thank you all. God bless and have a happy New Year. Anybody say so? No.
No, I just let's see over here. Okay, again, once again, thank you all for joining. Um, it used to be called Cooking with Mimi and G Daddy, but we don't know what we're gonna call it now. Like you said, continue to watch our lives when you click like the notification button. I don't know how y'all do it, but when to notify you when we go live. Never know what it's going to be. It may be for a church service, it may be cooking, it may be a blog, it may just be a round table discussion. So again, thank you all for joining us, and I'll take pictures for later. I won't go live, but I'll take pictures of the finished product, and you all can see it on his page, my page, and every other page that we may put it on. Bye bye.